Hello everybody, welcome to my very first official Lua scripting lessons in my channel. My channel revolves around Lua and Roblox and other stuff, but mostly revolves around Roblox Lua. So I might as well just make my very first official Lua scripting series of tutorials. So with this in my mind, I will not do anything model related to like make the models you guys want from your comments until I finish this lessons. I will go everything basics, some advanced-ish, because what I believe is there's no advanced or basics, or where should you start learning besides the primary stuff. But I don't believe in those advanced basic stuff, because in the end there's just, depending on what kind of games you want to make, there are just certain things that you don't need to remember, and there are certain things you need to remember depending on what kind of developer you want to be. Alright, so today's video, I will make like a sequence of all. I will not make any model tutorials until I finish the entire series. I think it'll be about, I don't know how much episodes, but I'll tell you if it's the end in the last video. But it'll be sequenced, so if you guys support this, please, all my fans, watch these series. It's very important. It will help you become a better developer, and I'll also explain my experiences in learning Lua at the same time. So today's video, I'll explain about printing and properties. So what's the purpose of printing, and what are properties? Well, let's start with printing. You can print in both server scripts and, of course, local scripts. No, that's a module script. My bad. There you go. All right. But what's its purpose? So print hello world. So when you start a game, and make sure you open your output, it'll say hello world. That's from the local script. That's from the server script. But what's the purpose of printing? Well, when you print something, let's say you're making a very long script, like player added connect function. Let's say for I, X, and pairs. You need to, I'll explain this in a whole different lesson. Script.parent. No, I'll do workspace that get children do. And let me just insert some parts here. There you go. Bam, 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 and bam. Spawned out. All right, so do that, and let's see, x dot brick color equals brick color dot random. So for example, I'll make that, and printing. So when you type a very long code and you have an error, you'd want to check which part it broke, like it just just failed. Printing is used to typically help a developer or a scripter know where the issue lies. So if I say print, let's say past. So it's telling me that if this thing prints, that means this work, that work, and this should print 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the output. Telling for each, I'll explain a whole video about it, but oh, my bad. If X is a base part, then alright, there we go. So what printing does is it helps. Oh, there you go. See, each one was a different color. There we go. And it says pass 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got something else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. Alright, so yeah, so that's just what a script is for printing. It can help you. It typically just tells you just helps the developer where the issue lies in the script, if it breaks, if it works past this point in the script. Like besides this, you can print like certain strings, what to call them, like the player's name. If you're a text label, script.parent.text, You can print anything. See, Pokecedgo. You can typically print anything you want. There's nothing really special about it, but it is useful. It's how I find like where certain lines of codes don't work in the script I make, because I write very long scripts and very confusing ones, and I just need to know if it works or not. So that's what prints are used for. So it's not useless. Properties. Almost every single thing. I think every single thing in the Roblox library has properties. So properties are just brick color, material, reflectance, transparency, name, orientation, print. Anything here besides these blurred ones, but anything like can collide, anchored, and achievable, you can change those in a script. That's what properties are. So per se, I do. Let's just say, let's get this. All right, so let's get this part here. So what can I do with this? So if I do a click detector, do this and write script. So I can do script that parent that click detector that mouse click connect function, and let's say for local random equals math dot random 1 2 3. So let's say random equals 1. So we will change a certain property of this part every time we click. If random equals 1, then script that parent that transparency equals 0.5. Right. Else if random equals 2, then script that parent that brick color equals brick color that new equals, let's say, maroon. And else if random equals 3, then script that parent dot, let's say, can collide equals false. Alright, so those are the properties we are changing: brick color, transparency, and can collide. So let's see, click 1. Alright, so transparency. Transparency. 2, can collide. Oh, change the brick color, can collide. And typically everything, because I didn't change the different color. So we went to all three properties of this part. Of course, everything's a property, like max activation distance, the click detector. You can change any of those. That's what properties are used for. Like in a screen GUI, you can change the frame, tween position, size. When you use tween position, it's a whole separate topic, but you can change the size. So you can typically edit anything you want of any object in the studio. So I think that covers it. Printing and properties. So yeah, properties are just anything, appearance, data, behavior, part, anything in those categories, you can change it. And yeah, I think that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and comment. And know that when developing a game, it's very useful that you know how to use and take advantage of properties, and knowing the properties of certain objects, because it'll be useful when you're trying to make those, I don't know, like a transforming knife, or making something like a door and make it disappear when the player touches it, and make it reappear again. So it's very important that you know your properties. So memorize those. You don't have to memorize it; you can just click on it and know. Just make sure you know what each one does. Like materials, different materials. Color, it's the color 3.new. Color brick colors. This one is simple. Just put the text there. Transparency makes it disappear. Reflectance makes it shiny. Name, of course, the name of the part. Orientation, style rotation. Position. Velocity. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I never used this actually. It's like for movement or something. Anchored is if you put it up in the air, it'll fall down. So typically gravity takes over. Achievable. I don't really mess with those because I have no idea what it's for. But can't collide. You can walk through it. Lock. You can't click on it. So yeah. Massless. I use it I'm pretty sure that makes it light as weight. That's what I always thought of it, because I usually click it when I make my tools and weapons. Shape, you can change it to anything you want. Ball, cylinder, block. and size, of course, size and surfaces. Each space has a different. You can just put inlet. So in the bottom here, there you go, inlet. And yeah, those are the properties. Those are like the properties, but it varies for each one. Like script has a disabled or disabled. Booleans have true or false, and values, string values, you can have text, number values, numbers, anything. So just mess around with it. Those are the purpose of properties and printing. And yeah, see you in the next video. Let's come comment. I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out.